Hi, this is Robbie from Handinen, Italy. On my first trip to India, we visited a few tribal villages to experience their situation and understand how we could help them. From Vizag, we started out on our journey to a small town called Paderu at 6:30 a.m. The sun was coming out and it was starting to look like a beautiful day. We stopped for a quick breakfast on the way. After a while, we deviated away from the main road and started climbing the mountain. There were no roads on the mountain, only a pathway full of rocks. At one point, it got so bad that we had to get down and walk for a part of it. We reached out our destination, Masipattu, in about 2 hours and 30 minutes. Masipattu is a tiny tribal village, about 15 kilometers from Paderu. After greeting a few locals on the way, the first place we visited was the local primary school. The school building is a mud building with a very low roof, and we had to bend to get in. There are about 20 students who come daily. The school is run by Sati Babu, a high school graduate who has a passion for educating his people. After class 5, the kids have an option to go to high school, which is about 4 kilometers away from where they live. Most of them choose not to continue school. This is the common water tank that serves this village. Water is not piped to the houses. They have to come and collect in jars. During the summers, this tank runs out and lack of water is a big issue. Education is not high on the list of priorities for the locals here, and so most of them drop out and become daily wage laborers. Paderu is about 3,500 feet above sea level. Prasad, who is our guide for the day, is also the local pastor. He started constructing this church building 4 years ago, and he is waiting for a fund to complete it. We prayed that God blesses him and uses him to expand his kingdom, and then continued on our way. We met a few more families on the way. Their main source of income is by selling tamarind. Some of them make handcraft items and sell it in the local market. This is the community water tank. As you can see, the water is pretty dirty. Due to a lack of awareness, waterborne diseases are very common here. Our next stop was Araku. Araku is known for its coffee, along with pepper and a few other crops. We had dinner and went to our hotel rooms. End of day 1. We set out early in the morning back to Masipattu. We went back to the school so that we could document and create a case file for each of the students that go there. For many of these children, this was the first time interacting with people from outside their village. The families are busy getting their kids ready for the school. In this part, it is common for kids to get married when they are 15 years old, or for more people to become grandparents in their late 30s. Many of villagers raise goats, cows, and chicken for milk, egg, and meat. The team has finished documenting the kids, and it's time to head back to Paderu. After that, we went to another village called Koturu. We visited a few families here and spent some time with them. On the way, we stopped to another small church. About 20 people gather here on Sundays. After that, we went to see the community water tank in Koturu. It seems to be similar to the other villages we visited. The women of the house travel a long distance carrying heavy vessels full of water to their homes. I really wanted to learn how to speak a few words in Telugu, but was not very successful.
Devudu Divichigaka.
Devudu Divinchingaka.
Yeah,
Divinchun
Gaka.
Gaka.
he said,
We got back on the road and started towards Paradesiputtu. After climbing up the steep hill, we were able to visit a few families and another tiny church pastored by Melesh. This church is made entirely of mud and will get damaged during the rains. We took some time out to pray over the land while we were traveling. Most of these villagers speak a tribal language called Kuvi, so communicating with them was quite challenging. Finger millet or ragi, as it is popularly known here, is a cereal crop that the locals grow here. For lunch, we packed some food from a local restaurant. The food looked delicious, but we decided to play it safe and got white rice instead. We went up to the mountain and found a shady spot to relax and have lunch. After lunch, we went to visit a tribal settlement in Sampalli. As it is in the other village, clean water is one of the major issues here. This is Somesh, the local pastor. Due to some instabilities in his hometown, he moved there, married and started a family. We prayed for the family and then left. Many of the locals build mud houses on their own. During the rainy season, the walls get damaged and have to be constantly repaired. That brought us to the end of our trip and we started back to Vizag by 6 p.m.